Sir, what are you doing to my car?
Excuse me?
What are you doing to my car?
I'm testing something.
You're testing something?
Yeah.
What are you testing?
On the front bumper?
Because it seems like you're replacing some stuff.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Now we're going to go into a long-standing but serious issue in the automotive market, the automotive world, the automotive sector, and it has to do with counterfeit parts, something that I've had to be dealing with for a very long time while working in the parts department. But little that consumers actually know, they can be harmful to drivers, mechanics, dealerships, and the entire industry overall. Now, according to CBS Detroit News, which we're going to feature today, more than 200,000 counterfeit parts have been seized in the United States alone just for this year. And this includes airbags, which are very critical to safety. And these fake parts often bypass safety systems, making it really impossible to know if your airbag will work in a collision or a crash. Now imagine putting your life at risk because you unknowingly bought a counterfeit parts, or even worse, the part was installed during a repair. Honestly, this is maybe a new concept to mainstream media. YouTubers, especially mechanics and part specialists, for years have been talking about this, and dealerships in many parts of the world have been fighting this to no end. Before we get into the first feature, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, and if you have to go before the end of this video, please smash that like button. The algorithm will really appreciate it. Let's dive into our first feature.
If you need a car repair, beware of counterfeit parts. More than 200,000 have been seized nationwide this year. The growing problem has inspired a new federal campaign. CBS News Detroit's Terrell Bailey has more.
Dangerous auto parts are on the rise, specifically counterfeit ones. That's why experts say if you own a used car or plan to, it's important to know its history.
It's there to save your life. So if your airbag is not working correctly, you get in a bad accident, the chance of you is going to survive, you talk about 0 to 100.
Airbags are nearly one of the most important items in a car. Now Homeland Security is running a campaign to put the brakes on the fakes. It's after they say Customs and Border Protection agents have seized 490 counterfeit airbags this year. That's over 10 times higher than 2023.
A lot of these counterfeit ones have an airbag bypass. So meaning by that is they're hooking up a little sensor that is bypassing the system to notify the vehicle that there is an airbag to turn off your airbag light. But now you as a customer, you do not know if that airbag is going to work or not.
Mainly used car buyers and owners need to be aware. Those in the auto industry say the best thing you can do is get your car checked over by a licensed facility. Also, make sure to check in with websites like Carfax that also tracks a vehicle's history.
In the past, when people were getting in accidents and they were getting the vehicles repaired under the table, a lot of stuff was not reported. State of Michigan now and other states are getting involved that as soon as you call 911, you get an accident, it's ready to report on the DMV that this vehicle was in the accident.
Now let me pause there. The thing is, counterfeit parts have a long shady history, and they've thrived due to the high cost of genuine parts, often lowering budget conscious consumers. And fake parts are not just a consumer problem, they affect everyone. Some mechanics unknowingly install them, putting their customers' safety at risk. A good experienced mechanic will, however, tell you up front they're not installing that garbage. He wants to protect his reputation. Dealerships lose revenue to cheaper fake competitors, and for the automotive industry, it weakens trust between the brands and the consumers, making it harder for automakers to maintain a good, substantial reputation. But in a free market system, you will compete against everything and everyone. Let's continue.
What makes counterfeit ones dangerous is the unsecured metal behind the airbag itself, which could hit you in the face. He suspects it's consumers looking to save a quick buck that's buying the fraudulent items.
Airbags are made to be sold by the dealer from the parts department. You got to physically go there, They'll look up by VIN your vehicle information, and then they'll issue the correct airbag.
Airbags can run between a few $100s to thousands. Counterfeit ones can be a fraction of the cost. Though easier on the pockets, it's still a dangerous choice.
You don't want to be one of those victims where, you lose your life off of a fake airbag.
I'm told the best thing you can do to avoid this potential problem is purchase your auto parts from the manufacturer or go to a reputable mechanic. Terrell Bailey, CBS News, Detroit.
What's really alarming is that this is like an organized crime ring profiting from unsafe operations while putting lives at risk. And they thrive on loopholes and tax regulations, flooding the market with cheap, substandard parts that harm everyone involved. But let's be clear, while the upfront savings might seem tempting, the long-term cost, your safety, are too high a price to pay. Automakers and mechanics, they need to educate customers and ensure they use only verified safe components purchased from the parts department of a dealership. And some people just want that car to pass inspection or looking to flip it. Cheap parts are a way to keep costs down. eBay is one platform bombarded with fake parts, but some manufacturers do have first line and second line parts made for consumers to have the option based on affordability. Let's not leave that out. There's also specialized parts shops that actually sell parts based on the make and model of your car, and they too have a number of line, and they will explain effectively how these parts will affect the performance of your car. The average driver can spot counterfeit auto parts by following just a few key tips I have here based on my experience. Is that genuine parts come in branded packaging with proper seals, part numbers, and the manufacturer logo. Counterfeit parts often have poor quality packaging or misspelling. The second thing is that you have to verify the source of your parts. Purchase parts directly from authorized dealerships or trusted sellers, and avoid unknown or suspicious online vendors offering heavily discounted prices. The third thing to do is to inspect that part. Counterfeit parts may have inconsistent quality, poor materials, or ill-fitting components compared to genuine parts. And the last tip I want to give is that check the documentation. Genuine parts should come with warranties, certification, and user manuals. And if you want proof, take a look at this short clip I got from the Car Care Nut. You can check out his YouTube channel. I will leave the link in the description box below. And this particular video is over 16 minutes long, but I'll just let you look at the 2-minute part of it to explain exactly what I've been saying. Check this out.
Let's look at that closer. 161 Alpha 0-26015. That's the part number. Well, this one is 161 Alpha 0-26015. They're the exact same part number. But here's the problem. If you look really close, and I'm going to try to get it really close to the camera to show you. Do you see how this one says Toyota Motor Corporation? It has a lot of these little numbers that are like the lot number and whatnot. Now take a good look at this one, and let's take a look at this one. Do you notice this, the made in Japan? The Japan is like written later, stamped later. And then it says PT Toyota Astra Motor. And then the fonts. I'm going to try to put them side by side so you can see the difference. Do you notice how the font even is different? Part number is like odd and everything just looks, and they wrote water pump. And Toyota writes pump assembly electric, because that's the translation from Japan. They're from Japanese. That's the thing, folks. You got to watch for these little signs. You can't just buy a part and assume it's good just because it says Lexus genuine part, Toyota genuine part. Just because it says that, that doesn't mean it's a genuine part. Be very careful.
Yeah, thank you. Car Care Nut. I'll leave the link in the description box below. And fair use. I don't want it to come at me and let me reiterate again, fair use. And the thing is, fake or counterfeit auto parts are driven by several factors. One such factor is cost cutting. Consumers or businesses looking to save money may opt for cheaper unauthorized parts. There's also a high demand. The growing need for replacement parts creates an opportunity for counterfeiters to supply imitations. There's also lax regulation. In some regions, weak enforcements of intellectual property laws allows counterfeit parts to flourish. And then there's also the supply chain complexity. Globalized and lengthy supply chain make it difficult to trace the authenticity of parts, leading to fake parts slipping into the market. The thing is, fake parts are a staple in other countries and other regions around the world, especially for informal transport operators. We call them robot taxi services. There's a thriving market for everyone in transportation, even siphoning gas, but that's another story altogether. If you think things are really bad now, wait until EVs become mainstream. Imagine all those fake electrical parts will make its way into the market. Electrical fires are going to be the least of our problems. But if you think fake parts are bad, take a look at this clip from a guy who offers his car as a private rental.
Sir, what are you doing to my car?
Excuse me?
What are you doing to my car?
I'm testing something.
You're testing something?
Yeah.
What are you testing?
On the front bumper?
Because it seems like you're replacing some stuff. Should I be worried? Should I be calling the cops or?
Excuse me?
Should I be worried about this? Should I be calling the cops?
Careful. I'm just testing some parts.
Because I don't think this is allowed when you're renting out a car. You said it was for a trip.
Yeah, I have a trip. I've gone outside and come back for a test fit.
For what?
For a test fit.
Because you shouldn't be doing this, sir. Like this is against the rules and regulations of it.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't know that. This is my first time.
Yeah.
So, okay. All right.
I told her to call the cops.
Okay.
So I'm gonna have them come here to see what's going on. I'm gonna want my car back today.
Okay, how do you put it back?
If not, it's gonna be like a bigger charge.
Okay.
Yeah? Okay. Is there any batteries that you replaced?
No, I'm just testing the bumpers.
Testing the bumpers?
Yeah.
But you shouldn't be doing that. That's not your car.
Yeah, I just won't borrow it.
Well, why are you taking it out? That's not your car.
Yeah, I'm just borrowing it.
Yeah. Or you should have let me know, you know? You should have at least let me know so I'm aware of what's going on.
I'm sorry.
Because for sure I'm gonna need this replaced, like back, and I'm gonna need my car.
Now imagine renting out your car and then he's changing out all the genuine parts and putting fake parts on your car. For tour operators, people who are signed up to that car rental business, that car rental app, please be very careful. But what do you think about this growing problem? As usual, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Remember to grab a copy of my ebook, The Parts Manager Guide. Please smash that like button on your way out. It'll only take you 1.5 seconds to do so. Until next time.